Dude, what is up? Alright, now can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me now? Alright, awesome. It looks like, yeah, it looks like it's going now. I apologize, guys. I'm gonna get it eventually. Getting used to the whole setup and thing. It keeps on coming there. The Oh, sorry guys. Sorry about that. There we go. That should be better. Um, there we go. Sorry about that. I don't know. With this little boom thing, like it pulls it out. I'm gonna have to find a way to, I don't know. I'll glue that fucker in there. But welcome, guys. Sunday STOCKcast. We do this every Sunday. Get ready for your trade week. We'll go over some technical analysis, have some laughs, some cries, maybe. I don't know what else. But definitely appreciate you guys being here. I think we're in for a pretty crazy week this week. So we got the news yesterday that it's projected that President Biden is, or that Biden is going to be the president, which is kind of crazy. So kind of crazy. Um, I didn't see it going in that direction or what have you. And politics aside, and everything that happened aside or whatever. It's cool. Like it's definitely cool. Excited to see which way the COVID stuff goes from now. The which way the uh, stimulus talks go now, and everything like that. So we should be in for some pretty good volatility this week. And if you guys are looking at the futures, I'll go ahead and show you guys the futures over here. There we go. Pinch it, Mike, he said. Um, so the futures, I'm looking at right here, guys, on the ES. So we opened up, gap up, came up here towards this pivot, and then we came up rode it right here on this little like flag dip, and then now we're at this 355. So opening up here pretty strong, which is really crazy because if just jumping right into the SPY and just looking at that, right? So 355 is about right there, right? So a little bit above where we went, a little bit above this high right here, right? And then when all-time highs is up here towards this, like I think it's 358, like right? So 358, 359. I think it says 359. So I think that's going to be the magnet. 360 is going to be the magnet for it to go to get to. It looks like the futures are freaking chiefing over here. It looks like it's going to be going pretty quickly. So yeah, so then that's what we're going to be looking at, is that strength. Now, one thing I would say is that don't get overzealous on too strong of a bias on the bull side, because we can get any type of maybe Trump, tweets tomorrow that about his grievances and like his lawsuits against for the recounts and stuff like that. So anything, if any type of news, any type of negative news like that comes out with how much we've ran over the past week, we may get like a big pullback with any type of negative news, or like say like they still can't agree on a stimulus or things like that. That's also on the table as well. But first thing here, guys, we got over this 354. We're at 355. And then the next area is going to be about this 357 or so that it wants to get to. So if it could get over this 355, okay. Yeah, so dip and rips tomorrow. Everything looking really strong tomorrow. I got a bunch of stuff I'm looking at. What do you guys have any topics or anything you're working on for your trading this week that you guys want to go over, or have any questions? No? No questions? So like if you're using, oh, there's just news right now that just came out. So the United States has become the first nation to have over 10 million coronavirus cases as the third wave causes new infections throughout the country. So there you go. Like now they're trying to there's already negative news coming out. Um, which one should I not use when can you show? So like on the pivot points, dude, if you're looking at the pivot points, this is the way that it's set up. I actually have all three of them right now, so daily, weekly, monthly, and that's a little bit different. But normally the way that I have them is just the daily ones. So just the daily ones here, and um, and just the on the daily ones here. Oops, let me go ahead and go back. When you set these up here, what you want to do is where it says show only today, press yes. So then you won't have a bunch of lines all over the charts and everything. This will only show you the pivots for that are relevant for today for the daily ones. And then the time frame, I just have day like that, right? And then that's it. Now you could come in here, you can make it a little bit better where, you could change the colors, you could change, the way that it draws them. You can make it a line instead of dots or, whatever you want. You could do that like that. Does that answer your question? Cool. Awesome, bro. Yeah, so as far as like technical analysis or any type of like things to look out for this week, like I said, we want to look out for the negative news, especially with things going so strong that they are right now. We could get a rug pull at any point, and we get a nice little pullback. So that would suck if you're over here counting your dollars, or before before you're able to take profit, and then you get stuck in some type of huge wash or um, pullback when any type of negative news comes out. So just make sure that you're not getting overly confident, any type of bias, and you're trying to stay objective to your goals. Okay. Um, that's all I really wanted to talk about is just being patient, waiting for setups. Don't. It's very easy in this type of environment when everything is just strong and it seems like stocks could only go up. It's very easy to get overconfident or overzealous, and I don't want that to happen to you guys because that's when you start making mistakes, and you don't realize when things start to come back the other way. But there are a lot of tickers that are in play. I was actually just looking at this BABA, right? So I have the volume profile here on the side. I think they just had a little bit of bad luck, dude. Like they had earnings, right? And then they had the IPO from one of their people that they work with. They pulled back the IPO. So now we have this little range right here that it's building. Now what I would like to see is for it to have a full day where it closes above 300 and shows that strength that it's going to close over 300. Now, granted, like with how strong everything is here tomorrow, we're probably going to open up pretty nice gap up here on BABA. It may even be up here towards the 304 or so. So this may be pretty good to watch for it to get back up within this volume range right here. This 308, 310ish area for it to go right there. Okay. Let me see here. Do you guys have any tickers or anything else like technical analysis or anything you're working on your trading that you want me to go over or you want me to help out with before we look at any more tickers? Twitter long over $45. I was actually looking at Twitter, dude. I was looking at, these here. I'll so Twitter isn't usually one that I like to play just because of how small it is. Doesn't really offer a whole bunch of volatility for you to be able to capitalize on. I do see right here, right? So, oops, I'm putting a square. Oops, wrong. So right there. So that's going to be your resistance where it goes to, where this is resistance, right? So in this area, and then it was support here whenever we had this pullback kind of flag right here. This was support in this area, and then now it's going to act as resistance once it gets to this area, right? So if we're looking here, that's around $44. So then, and then over 45, absolutely, we have a gap right here in order to make up once we get over $45, $46. So pretty nice little, small little cup handle, and then look for that to break back up to the upside. I do like that setup. How to tell if there's a gap up or down in the charts. So basically what you look at is like the easiest way is to use the volume profile. So like Roku, for example, Friday, do you see how on Roku this ran up, right? And then there's hardly any volume that was done right here. This is a gap. There's no support. There's no volume that is in this area. But whenever you come down here, you see these high volume nodes here, right? So around this 223-ish area, this 222, 221, you see where this volume and this price range is higher. So that's going to act as your support there if this was to be, ever come, pull back and come back down. So now, say you're trading up here in this range, right? So in this top, which was 229, 230, and it rejected around that area. So then what you'd be looking at is this area right here, where there's hardly any volume that's being done, right? So where there's no volume that's being done, that's your gap. And then you'd get to the next high volume node in order for it to act as support or a bounce then in that area. Does that make sense? So same thing like on Zoom at earnings last quarter. So Zoom had this huge gap right here. And then mind you, like if we zoom out, right? So if we zoom out, all we could see was this area right here. And it's still going to show. So all we could see is this, right? So like kind of like that. All right. So there's no volume. If you look left, there's no support areas here in order for it to come back on. That's a gap right there where there's no volume. There's no price action here to be able to gauge where the support and resistance is at, right? So what happened? We got that mean reversion here when we got this huge parabolic. We got this mean reversion for it to go ahead and slide back down. Because there wasn't any support here for it to go ahead and come back to. Now, granted, like if you go ahead and you zoom out now, right? So you could see where it did do that. It slid off here pretty, yeah, right here. So it slid off here. So we had the run up. Where's earnings? There it is. Excuse me. So run up for earnings, and then it pulled back. And then now we have all this room right here where it put different supports and resistances in, and it's respecting it. So if the price action ever comes back to this area, and even in this area where it put it in, it's going to respect those support and resistance areas, or make those decisions at those points of interest whenever it goes in. All right. Facebook. I hope that answers your question. So Facebook is one of the ones I'm actually looking at for my watch list here this week. We had a very strong week here on Facebook. So this was the 4th, which I believe was Tuesday, the 5th, and then on Thursday, Friday, what have you, it's kind of just going sideways, and now we're putting in like this flag kind of motion. So maybe tomorrow, I'm looking at for it to break above this 297 and try to get above 300. And if we open a gap up over 300, there's hardly any resistance for this to continue going further. So you want it to break up, come and validate, and then continue going further up then at that point. Those are my friends. My friend has his daughter on Sundays. She's telling me bye. That makes sense. That makes sense here on Facebook. So we got this flag here. If we open up gap up over 300, which would help because 300 is going to be your resistance, right? That whole number. Then you're going to try to use that as support. You want it to pull back and hold 300 as support, and then for it to break above these areas to come up higher and take off then at that point. So I have Facebook up here. on my list for this week as well. All right. All right. All right, I'm going to go through my list here of stuff that I'm seeing here, guys. If you guys want to throw other tickers that you want me to go over, I'm happy to go ahead and go over them. Let's see here. So the first one I have is Tesla. So I have not played Tesla once. I do not believe I have not. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. In my room, if you're in my room and you're part of the, you've seen me trade. I don't think I've traded Tesla once since it's actually did the split. So what I'm looking at here on the bigger macro picture is this like pennant that it's forming, right? So the symmetrical pennant, and almost kind of like this ascending triangle as well, right? So if we draw this flat top right here, right? So around this 450, 460 area, we're getting these ascending lows, and then for us to get the breakout, for it to go ahead and break out. I do think what's going to compress and maybe pull back maybe 1-2 more times, and then try to continue making this motion up. So we may get it this week. We may have to wait a little bit longer for it to get a little bit tighter for it to break above, but this is what I'm looking at for on Tesla. So I may finally take that trade that I haven't been doing. Then let me see here. The next one I'm looking at is Nvidia here, guys. So Nvidia is freaking awesome. Right here we got like this distribution pattern going on from these all-time highs, right? So we had up, down, up, right? So almost like a Super Nintendo cheat codes, up, down, left, right. So up, down, up, and then we're also making these ascending lows, right? And now we're at the all-time highs, I do believe, right? So, and that we got to. So right here is like, I can't see the price right there. I think it's 592, and then right now we're at 583. So we're almost actually there. So we had a big move on Friday, though. We'll have to see the way that this behaves. But 600 is obviously the magnet for Nvidia. It will get to 600. It's just a matter of how it's going to get to 600. All right, so keeping this on the watch as well. Maybe get a dip and rip. We'll see what the gap is like in the morning, or if we even have a gap, and try to gauge it then from that point. Next, I have DKNG that I'm watching. So DKNG had a bad string of luck with like COVID cases in the NFL. I believe they did an offering in here somewhere, and I think a lot of like the Robinhood traders and beginner traders, inexperienced traders got scared out right here on this pullback because they were just expecting this to go up forever, right? And there's a lot of selling that came in here into this area. Now we did go ahead and hold the support at the 35, right? 35, 36. And now we're at this high volume node here at the about 42, 45. So we have this little bit of a gap right here in this area, right, where there's this very, very extreme low volume. And then your next line is right here on the pivot, the 49 to 50 area, in order for it to get to. So you can see where this is support this area. So if we can get above that 45, then we're looking at that 50 and then continue going further up. So I do like this. Also along with this is almost like a little, it's not the prettiest, but like a cup and handle, right? So cup, handle, it's kind of, went sideways, rested, and then I want to see this continue going further up and break up to the upside. Cool. NIO. Dude, every week someone asks me about NIO, bro. And every week I say it's extended. And every week it just keeps on going higher and higher. Dude, it's a no trade for me, man. Like, I can't get on the whole NIO train that some people are on. I was really big on longing Tesla when it was running up, but I just can't seem to bring myself to do it with NIO. I don't know much about the company. I know it's a Chinese company. The Tesla of China, they say, or whatever. It's just way too extended to take any type of meaningful position, right? So I'm not even looking at this dude. I'm sure like 50 is the magnet and wants to get to 50, but I would say don't trade it. We already went over Facebook. I do have AMD right here, guys. I'm looking at. So we have this little flag, this distribution flag that we have right here. I already have my alert set, right? My about 8650. Once it gets to that level, for it to break out and continue going further up, once it gets out of this volume that's right here. So if it could, open up, gap up over 8650, then we're looking pretty good for us to at least get all-time highs, and then $100 then at that point. But I really do like this here so far on AMD. Now the other scenario, right, is we get to these levels where the resistance is, we reject and then put in a higher low, and then continue making ourselves up here on AMD as well. Cool. But I do believe, like with the way that Nvidia is trading, it should help it out too. All right, and so the last one I have here is like honorable mention stuff. I think we pretty much went over this already on Baba. So it got beaten down, just kind of the IPO news and earnings and what have you. And I believe it's on discount right now. So we had this, nice run of the day on Baba, and we want to close over 300. So if we could close over 300 and remain bullish, then we'll continue to make that, that move. But we have to get a close over 300 and for it to remain bullish and for it to continue going up. So we need that demand. If it does reject it, you got to have a plan to the downside, because you can see right here in this area, the 304, very big resistance there at that point. And then once it gets to that area, it could pull back once it gets to that area if it doesn't make the decision and the demand isn't there to continue pushing it up. All right. That was a lot. So those are the ones that I'm personally looking at here for this week. And then obviously Amazon. So I had a really good week on Amazon this week. For you guys that are here, some of you had asked me and stuff about the Amazon trade. I went over it with my members for the stock Sunday study session for my members on Saturday. Saturday study session for my members. Went over it with them, and that was really happy to be able to do that. But I made over so about 38,000 on the week this week. So big thanks to Amazon. So with Amazon, I took the trade down here towards this 2950, this 23,000. I added on this way down here and got in on this support, where if you zoom out, you could see the support here from in the past, right in this area. And we did get it. We did get that bounce. And then I held overnight, one night, and then just intraday traded the rest of the full days, and I was able to grab pretty big chunks of cash out of this move. So from about 3,000 to 3,350, so $350. I'll take that. You earn in a week what some people earn in a year. Yeah. I was actually talking about this with someone today. Is like, do you the relation between that? The median income here in New Mexico is 35,000, dude. 35 to 40,000. So, but no one ever talks about the losses though. So I mean, in August I took an $80,000 loss, which, I mean, no one cared about that part, about me losing it. They're just like, wow, you made someone's salary in a week. But yeah, I mean, I lost 80,000 in a day or in a couple hours or whatever. I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate, I really do feel really blessed. So I appreciate it. Yeah, 38,000. I was really mad at myself for not holding Amazon one more day. Thursday, I think, from Wednesday to Thursday. You guys would have not seen me anymore. I would have been living butt naked in the Caribbean on some island by myself, bro. Cool. So, um, I make 5 to 7K a week. It's not what you make, but somehow it has made me not feel the wins. Um, I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that. Maybe you could expand on that a little bit more. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit more so I could see a little bit better. There we go. Um, I make 5 to 7K a week. It's not what you make, but somehow it has made me not feel the wins. Yeah, I think every trader goes through that, right? You get comfortable with the money that you're making, and it's human nature to always want a little bit more, right? So, um, yeah, I'm actually going through this right now. I got really comfortable with my sizing and where I was at, and I've been pushing myself a little bit more, and it's been showing. It's been showing pretty nice in my P&L. I've been having bigger days. I've been having pretty consistent 5-figure days. But I also know when to let up off of the gas when there's not setups and things like that. So, um, yeah, absolutely. Like, you put yourself, yeah, it was on options for Amazon. So, I had 30 60s, 30 20s, and 3000s Monday and Tuesday. And I played with those. So, but yeah, I think you do get not necessarily complacent, but you get comfortable with your position sizing and stuff like that, right? So you get comfortable with all that eventually, right? So it's just like if you're some type of thrill seeker, right? If you go ride a roller coaster the first time, yeah, you're gonna have a good time, and it's gonna feel like a rush, right? But if you keep on going riding the same roller coaster for the 10th time the same day, you already know what's gonna happen, and you already know what things are gonna play out or what have you. Like you can't. That's not the same, right? You want to move on to bigger and better things. Maybe you go skydiving instead of on a roller coaster next time, right? And then you keep on moving. There we go. Can you hear me now? Sorry. See how I. There we go. All right. I hope you guys can hear me. So, yeah. That's that's pretty much it, right? But I hope that's what you're saying. Um, but yeah, so I and with me personally, like a lot of people, some people, some traders are able to say like with money, like in treat like trading with that it is money or whatever. I just treat it as like numbers on the screen, dude. And I'm just trying to perform well and trade my setups that are on the screen. It's not necessarily any type of monetary value or what have you while I'm trading. Just trying to play my setups the best way that I could. So I like that part of it being a mentally challenging aspect. It keeps me, I don't want to say entertained, but it keeps me on my toes and it keeps me interested in it because it is a challenge, right? So I just try to perform the best way that I could. And then once it's time to get paid, then we go back and look at it as money. It's not real. It's not tangible until you make it real. How did I learn charting so well? Reading charts. Um, Dude, that's, I know it sounds like a bullshit answer, and I saw it like a cop out answer, but it's, you just sit here, dude. You just sit there in front of your screen and you watch charts. Like right now, like if you come and you watch the futures, like you could just sit here, um, uh, you could come sit here and just watch price action, while you're watching a movie or eating something or whatever. And that's what I just did, dude. I used to just watch charts, watch the price action, and watch the way that they react at key levels, right? So you could see where this, respected the pivot line because that there's a pivot line right here, right? But what if I took the pivot line away? Like, would you be able to know that there's buyers that are sitting here in this area when it dipped down, that I was pushing that price action up? That's what you want to look for, is those key levels that you have drawn out, or that you're, whenever price action wants to reverse in the opposite direction, you want to see how it reacts there. Like, is there volume coming in? Is there going to be follow through? Is it just kind of grinding there and, not going to be able to break through that resistance? It's one of those things where it's a skill, right? So you could sit there and read all the books you want about riding a bicycle, right? Same, but as soon as you get on that fucking bicycle, you're gonna fall on your ass because you've never done it before. Same thing with trading. You could read books all day long, dude. You could read books, you could read theory, you could read tweets and suck off your mentor or your guru, whoever you want, right? But unless you sit there and you read the price action and you just watch the charts and watch what's going on, you're never gonna get better at it, dude. You're never gonna get better unless you practice it. And so it's like the saying goes, 10,000 hours to become a master at anything. And you could cut that 10,000 hours, not necessarily cut them in half or what have you, but you can make the time it takes to get that 10,000 hours a lot shorter, right? So if you're watching charts, 4 hours a day, you're going to be 4 times ahead of someone that only studies or watches charts for 1 hour a day or what have you. Whenever you're done for the day, more other than often you feel empty, dude. That's a lot of traders, man. A lot of traders. I think the big thing about trading is that we don't deal with anything that's tangible, and we don't make anything, right? There's no value to what we're fucking doing, dude. There's no value to our job, if that makes sense, until we give it value, right? Till we actually use our money in a certain way that would provide value. And what I mean by that is that you could fuck off all your money, right, and go buy hookers and cocaine and Lambos and stupid shit, right? Or you could, put it back into your community, or put it into your kids' soccer league or Girl Scouts or whatever it is. So the money or aspect of it is the fulfilling part, and the tangible part that we get to choose from it after we have already made the money. But our actual industry and what we actually do, there's no value there. We're not providing any value to the world just by trading, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, dude. So this girl, like this young neopathic, I think that's how you say the word. Is it neopathic? Correct me if I'm wrong. She's a neopathic type doctor, and she's really young. She's like 24 or 25. She talked about grounding, and so she talked about grounding where so basically what she does is she goes out like on grass or dirt or whatever, anywhere that there's soil for the ground, right? And basically like there's minerals and electrons or whatever within the soil. And whenever you put your and this is like some hippie spiritual stuff, I realize that it's really unlike me, but whenever you put you sit on it, or like you put your soles on it, like your feet, that you absorb those energies or things like that, right? Almost like rock crystals. You know how people say that there's energy in rock crystals that they could manifest from and stuff, and it basically recharges you, right? So it recharges you in some type of way, and maybe it is a little bit of placebo. Maybe it's a little bit in your head from the relaxation that you get out of it or what have you. I don't know. Like I don't know if there's any studies that have been done on it. But I've done that before, dude. Like, my son really likes to go to the park. He'll if you let him, he'll stay at the park all day long. And sometimes like, I'll go play with him, and, whenever we get tired, I'll just go sit under a tree, and I, take off my socks and shoes, and I just sit under the tree and just feel like the grass and like everything, like, and, on the playground and stuff. And it does feel really good. It makes you feel really good when you do. I think nature is very underrated, dude. I took it for granted when I was little, when I was young. Did I unplug the mic again? No. When I was young, right? My parents liked to go camping a lot, and I always griped about it. But now, I realized this about a year ago. I went on a hike. Went on a hike to some waterfalls. And in this hike, you have to actually, part of the trail ends in the river, in the creek or the river, whatever. And you have to walk upstream in the river, right? So, and that was just the most fucking awesome experience, dude. It was raining, it was overcast, it was cold, but it just made you feel so good to be one with nature and like nothing else mattered, dude. Like to be able to recharge, you feel like I took my shoes off and I was just barefoot, like in the creek, walking up the creek, and it makes you feel really good, dude. So if you guys get anything out of this, like from a mental, emotional aspect of you guys recharging yourself and being, um, in that type of aspect of your trading, it's definitely very beneficial, dude. Like if whether you're spiritual, religious, anything like that that helps you with your mental, emotional aspect, I definitely encourage you to get right with it. It builds those endorphins, even if it's a placebo, right? It does do something for you where it just makes you want to be a better person and stuff too. Oh yeah, dude. Like especially during the summer here in Albuquerque, like summers are, it could get over 100 degrees, right? We see construction workers laying hot ass asphalt, or I worked a job when I was young. You know what I mean? When I was about your age, I worked for a welding contractor. I worked on the boilers and power plants, and they would turn off the units, and it would still be about 130 degrees in there, and we would have to go in there and start cleaning and welding and stuff, and it was hot and humid, obviously, and then I had to go in with full equipment, right, like a respirator, coveralls, um, respirator coveralls, a harness, all that stuff, right? Hard hat. And I'm just sweating dick, dude, like in, 12, 16 hour shifts. And now that I do what I do, I'm very appreciative and stuff. But absolutely, dude, we're definitely very blessed to be able to have a way to make money in the market, especially if you're doing it profitably. We are definitely blessed, dude. Now, for me, right, I feel like I put in the work for this. Yeah, it wasn't manual labor intensive or anything like that, right? But the mental taxation I put on myself to do this shit, dude, it's a huge stressor to your body, and it's the same thing where you're stressing your body out to be able to, where you can have adverse effects such as like heart attacks, strokes, things like that if you aren't taking care of yourself, going outside and doing the stuff that we're saying, getting proper exercise and stuff. I've gained over like 70 pounds, guys, like about 70 pounds in the last year. Um, and so, um, oops. Um, oh, dude, I don't know why I see your comment here. See your comment, Richard, but it doesn't it like hit it because you put the word ass in there. It didn't like you let you put the word ass. But what was I saying? So, um, yeah, it's like the stuff that we do, it's mentally and emotionally taxing, where it could definitely have adverse effects on your overall health. Like seriously, like I said, I really put everything 100%. Richard watched me, grow my room and everything, and I gave up the gym to focus on just my business, and I put on like 70 pounds, dude. Like if you guys go look at my my pictures on Twitter, the way that I used to look, it's nothing like that anymore. Like I'm starting to get back into it now that I have employees and I can make things more automated and stuff. But I put my health on the line for me to focus on these things. So absolutely, dude, it's okay to feel guilty, right? Okay to feel guilty or whatever. So yeah, so dude, it's crazy once you start doing stuff like this or anything entrepreneurial and you realize that you could add value to someone else's life and people are willing to pay you for that value. You could make a lot of money, man. There's so many different ways, man. Like, and that's why I don't like the whole cop out thing of being, the whole job thing. everyone has a phone. I see homeless people with with phones all the time. You got your phone, you could, start a business. Yeah. What questions did you have with the Flow Algo? Like what specifically? I'll pull it up right now. Um, Off the AI. I mean, that's the way that they want you to use it, right? So that's like their form of alerts, like you know what I mean, like their form of high probability trades or what have you. So of 60% not using it efficiently, I think that I guess you could be using it a little bit better, what have you, but the way that I use it, dude, there's some people that like to use the equity blocks and dark pool prints and stuff right here towards the right hand side. I say throw that shit out. Don't even fucking use it. Go ahead and just garbage can it. I'm looking for this right here, right? So because a lot of the retail market participants aren't looking at the actual option flow, and the only ones that actually are playing option flow and things down here are big institutions or big whale type players, right? So these are the ones that are hedging positions and taking big positions within the market on macro levels, right? Not anything small. So what I'm looking at whenever I'm trading is I sorry guys, I got like a messing with me. Is whenever like something starts coming up very very aggressively, like say like we come in here, right? So like Snapchat is in here towards the close on Friday. So say I put that right there, and then we have, let's put this a little bit smaller, right? Do this, and we'll look at Snapchat. So Snapchat on Friday, this was really really freaking nice right here, where we got like this compression setup, right? This is our setup we like to play in my room. This low volatility and then expansion here up. This is a freaking awesome move, right? So whenever like I'm looking at these periods of low volatility on these dips, what I want to see is that there's someone in here that is making the same bet or wanting the same direction that I want it to go in, right? So then whenever you start seeing this volume increase, you should already, so according to my room, we would have already been in here in this trade before it got over the PDC. So when I say PDC, I mean the prior day close price, right? That's outlined right here by the 41.55. So we would already been in, right? And so basically what I'm looking for is that conviction here of very aggressive call buying coming in a very short amount of time, right? So I want to either see the same week expiration or the following week expiration, huge premium that's being spent, and then I want to see a strike price that isn't absolutely absurd, right? A strike price that is obtainable. Then when I'm starting to get those and I'm starting to look at a trade, right? Then that's what your go ahead for conviction that these big whales are willing to go ahead and put this big money on the line. Why aren't I jumping in the trend with them, right? So why don't I just ride their coattails on which way that they're betting to make their money if they're willing to put that much money on the line for me as well, right? So basically what I'm looking at is very aggressive. Oh, and then I almost forgot this part. So these are sweeps. These are block orders. So I would like for them to be sweeps where they're sweeping multiple exchanges to get their order filled because that is more aggressive. Now some I don't know if Cheddar Flow or the other ones have it. They're able to show like if the order was filled at the ask or above the ask or what have you. So obviously above the ask is very aggressive. That would be another indication as well. So you want multiple sweeps in a very short amount of time with a short expiration date and high premium to it. Oh yeah, dude. That's one thing with trading is that no one understands it, right? I get kind of offended, right? So like, I have my office here now, and I go over across the way here to my buddy, right? He's tattooing, and he's like, so he's tattooing these girls yesterday, right? And they're actually strippers. The girls that he was tattooing yesterday, they're strippers, right? And so one of them was like, "Well, what do you do?" Like, they asked me, why I was there, or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, I trade stocks." And they're like, "Oh, me too. I got a Robinhood account and I trade Bitcoin." And I'm like, "Yeah, something like that, like I guess." Yeah, exactly, dude. I remember those the ones on NET. Yeah, so this is what you would want here, right? So like this is the in the morning right here, right? So you see 936, 939, 940, 940, 940, 940, right? You want to see all of these. Well, so the only thing is that this expiration is a little bit further out, right? So this is about a month and a week out or so. That's the only thing I wouldn't like about that. But this aggressiveness to get in is really nice. So I really do like that. Now the premium, it's okay. What do they spend? Like maybe 500,000 or something like that. So this would be more of a B type, sweep type thing. But the with the way that you're saying, that's exactly what I'm trying to explain is that this aggressive over and over again sweep is what you want to see with a short expiration date, right? So the same week or next week expiration, high premium, and then you want to see them as sweeps, not blocks. Did you use my? I hope you use my code for Flow Algo, dude. I hope you're saving some bucks on using my code for the Flow Algo. Yeah. So the Cheddar Flow has the search above the axe, right? So some other, I think even Black Box does have that as well. So you're able to see where the orders were filled, as well. So, um, yeah. So that if it gets filled above the axe, it's very very aggressive. Um, you make your new email every time. You just keep on getting new trials. Awesome, dude. Welcome, Mr. Beamer. There's actually one of my new members. Or he's in my mentorship program. Actually, I think he has an M3. So we'll have a whole Beamer gang. I used to have an M3 as well. So pretty cool. Um, do I like black box option stock options flow? I do like black box, dude. I like their customer service. The main one, her name is Rachel. She's fucking awesome. If you guys ever have to call in or send an email, she takes care of you right away. Part of why I'm moving to Texas is to work more with them. I would love to work directly with them a lot more. The only thing that I don't like about Black Box is they don't have an AI like Flow does. So the voice that calls out the trades. So you have to actually have the window open and be physically looking at it to get the alerts. So yeah. Breakouts, no. So breakouts are dangerous, dude. So breakouts used to work back in, you know, 2000s, things like that. But the way that I trade is I look for periods of low volatility and be able to go ahead and be able to exploit periods of low volatility for the expansion of big moves, right? So like the Snapchat we just said, Nvidia on Friday as well, right? So we take advantage of periods of low volatility, and then we get the expansion and breaks to whichever direction, whether it be up or down. And just to remind you guys, right now, guys, so I have my memberships at $180 for the year. I went to public school. I don't know what the math is on that. I think it's like 16 to 20 some dollars a month if you sign up for the year. And it's only going to be like that, I think, for this month and maybe December. So, but I'm already I'm changing my business model a lot because I'm tired of people coming in my room and they're not serious about trading. So there's going to be a little bit of a vetting process in order for you to get in, and it's always also going to be more expensive. So I'm changing the whole kind of model of memberships because I really don't care how many members I get. I just want good quality traders. Like I want people that are serious about learning and that aren't wasting my damn time, because I don't have to have a trading room. I don't have to have a chat room. I do it to help people out, and then people get mad that they're losing money, but they're not putting the work in. So I'm going to change the process a little bit. It's only $180 right now. If you guys want to join up for the year, so it's at newagewallstreet.com. So if you guys want to sign up, we just had someone sign up right before the STOCKcast. So, dude, the guys have been killing it, especially this last week or two with the volatility we've been having. Nice P&Ls from guys being consistently profitable in the room, which is really cool. Richard is in the room. So Richard, who's in here in the chat right now, Richard was like one of my first friend students, like one of my first like consistently profitable. It took him like 3 months to pick up the strategy, and then he just ran with it, like which is freaking awesome. He comes in and nails the trade and then says see you later, like, and goes and runs his businesses. So yes. So in my so at 9 a.m. every morning we make a watch list of what I'm actually trading. I pick three tickers that I'm gonna be focused on, and then I'm screen sharing, kind of like I'm showing you guys here right now, and I'm explaining the setup. And then if there's a setup, right? So like I played Square, I believe, on Friday, right? One of the guys was like, he saw the setup along with me, so he took the trade with me. We got in here at this 183.50 or so, and then we rode this up. So I could even show you like in the chat room where he posted his P&L for it and whatever. Just 1 second. So yeah, so here's our chat room. So he's followed. I kept it down in the Square trade. It paid out. Awesome day. He made 19% on his thing. So a little kind of a smaller account, but he was able to go ahead and off of the call before it moved, right? So I said the way that I was setting up before it moved, and he was able to take the same trade alongside with me. So I appreciate it, Eric. And I stay here calling out trades, even if I'm not trading. I'll call out trades for people, like, and I'll yell at you. I'm like, you better take this trade, like. So. How do I read this? Honestly, I've simplified it over the last few months, actually, to be honest, dude. It's a lot. Like, I know that there's a lot in here, but the thing is that I don't use everything for one trade, if that makes sense. So there's different aspects of my chart that I use for different setups that we play, if that makes sense. So this is the set that I wound up playing with. Is that in my Discord or on YouTube? What do you mean? Yeah, I don't know what you mean on the Discord or YouTube, but yeah, I have a Discord. That's where I have my paid chat room. If you want to sign up with us, you can sign up with us or don't. Like, that's fine. That's why I do these things for free on Fridays and Sundays. If you can't afford, in my Discord every morning. I do that every morning at 9 a.m. We make a watch list. We make a pre-market plan. Then we trade live together. We trade live. I'm on the mic just like I am with you right now. And then I'm showing them my screen and explaining the setups and explaining how, what's going to happen next. And then what'll happen sometimes is even my members will be in a trade that I'm not in, right? So they'll call out that they're in a trade. And then I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, 19. I have 22 charts that are up on my screen right now. So I'll watch the same ticker that they're playing, right, as they're in it. And then if I see something in the price action, I'm not going to allow you to get fucked on the trade, dude. If I see something on the tape or I see something, in the time and sales, something that's going on in a key level, I'm going to tell you so then you could get out at a profitable time and remain that, right? So like even one of my boys, right? So my boy Trap Bunny, I don't know where he's at. My boy Trap Bunny took this trade on Baba. It was Thursday. So let's go more like this. So on Thursday here, or was it Thursday or Wednesday or what day was it? And so, what up? A what? For a phone? Yeah. No. It's already in my outlet. Sorry, brother. Yeah, my boy, we have a guy. So I guess his name, he's in the Navy in Hawaii, and I guess his name is Bubbles in the Navy. And so I was like, I'm calling you Trap Bunny, bro. But anyways, he took this trade on, right here. It was this day. So he took this trade on Baba, right? And I held his hand all the way through it. So we, it came down, held the PDC, and then if I was to come in here and show, what day is this? 11/4. So if I come in here and I put in custom, right? I don't know why it's only making me do 1 hour or whatever, but yeah, this is dumb. But anyways, so on that trade, right? So he was in this trade and I was in it too, and I took profit a little bit earlier, but then because I was trading some other stuff, I just took my money, right? And he held this and he held it the whole day. I told him 300. I told him 300 is our goal, right? And so we got up here to the 299, 298 area, and I could see that the volume wasn't supporting for us to, get to the 300. I told them to take profit then at that level and just get out. And sure enough, the market turned around and it dipped here pretty hard. And I called that top for him to stay, really to stay profitable, max profit there. I live in a small town. The lady from the post office is the person that does my taxes. Most of the town's taxes. My first profitable year, I mainly traded SPY, and that's all she saw. Yeah, dude. Like, I think a lot of people, sleep on just playing the SPY, right? So, which is really nice as well, because if you come in here, you could just play line to line on the SPY, dude. You could come in and put in your pivots, right? So you come in and your pivots every day, and you could just play these line to line, dude. Like, come in here, it held the support area in this area, right? And then just take these, from here in this pivot to the PDC. It's a one trade, right? Like, you could come back even further, to days prior. Like right here, it didn't quite get all the way there. And then once it, gets to those levels right here, you can fade it back down. Like on Friday, this was really nice. Yeah, I think trading the SPY for new traders is very underrated. So if you play the SPY, you should turn it to no on the pivots. No, I'm just showing you for the days prior. I'm just showing you like how the price action worked on the days prior. So I needed the pivots for the days prior to show you. On my tax document, she asked me if I was a SPY. That's funny. What time frame do you prefer when trading options? I mostly rely on 5-minute with a 9-day moving average. So that's, dude, you ask 10 people what moving averages they use, and they're always going to tell you something different. Everyone uses something a little bit different. I like using the 8, 13, 21, 55 because they're based off of Fibonacci, right? So there's actually proven math behind them working. I have a member of my room that religiously uses a 6 EMA. It's all up to you, dude. They all work the same. It's just what you're exactly trying to go ahead and accomplish with them. Oh yeah, thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, bro. Yeah, so I do morning recap every morning. I think I've been pretty consistent with that the last week or two. So I'll go over a recap, right? So go over like what we talked about on pre-market, and show how it played out. If it played how we said, perfect. And then you're able to study, study based off of that. And then, and then on Saturdays, right? If you want to annotate your charts, you bring your questions on things that you're personally working on in your trading. We will go over your charts. I will answer all your questions personally in a live Zoom session, right? So kind of like this, but in a Zoom session. And you could ask whatever you want. I spend as much time as needed. Time as needed on to go over everyone's questions. I don't. If you're there, dude, my whole thing, like as a mentor, is if you're putting in the effort, if you're putting in the time, I will help you, dude. If I could tell you're putting in the effort and you send me a DM, I will answer your DM. I always answer everyone's DMs. I even like on YouTube, dude, like if you're not a member, I answer everyone. And, if you're putting the work in as a member and you're showing up to these Saturday study sessions, I'm not just going to say like, oh, an hour is up. Like I got to go, right? I stay until everyone's question is answered and they feel confident and ready to take on the new week and, whatever they need. I think that's the least I could do for someone putting their faith in me to teach them this, right? That's the very least that I owe someone. Hold on, my boy is asking me for the Wi-Fi password. Thoughts on AVPO? That's the one that dumped really hard this week, right? I saw some people talking about this. Or APVO. Oh no, it's still up there. To be honest, like with the whole penny stock thing, dude, and all this, dude, like the smaller cap stocks. Excuse me. Yeah, from all those smaller cap stocks and stuff like that, dude, like, I don't really pay attention to them all too much, dude. Especially with something that's up. What is this up like? From $10 to 80, dude. So what, like 8,000% or something like that? 800%. Why would you trade that? Like, there's other things that you can find value in trading. All you need is to get stuck in something like that. It gets T12 halted and you're done, dude. That's it. Like you don't have a trading account anymore. And a lot of people did that with Alke, Luckin Coffee. and they got stuck in there. They got stuck in those positions when they halted that trading when they were being investigated, and that sucks because especially if you're shorting, then you're still having to pay that interest to your broker for overnight trading, for overnight holding and stuff. And it just sucks, dude. Julian, what up, bro? To answer your question though, too, Wild Beamer, on the time frames, I've been leaning a lot on a 1 minute, 1 day 3 minute chart. I think it's a perfect combination of being micro enough to see moves, and also be able to smooth out the price action without getting shaken out of your trades. Been leaning a lot on that 3 minute as of lately. Tilray, yeah, I heard the pot stocks are really. There was actually even some flow coming in on Cron, dude. Haven't played Cron since 2018, but there was yeah, there's been some good moves here on the pot stocks, and this week, right, with the whole announcement of Biden, potentially winning the election, EV stocks, right, pot stocks, things like that. Those might go a little bit crazy. I even got asked, like in my session yesterday for my members, about gun stocks, right? So maybe gun sales going up from now until the end of the year, because obviously Democrats are more hard on the gun laws and stuff, what may be a good move. So that'd be something to keep in mind too. All right. Any other questions? Got questions, tickers, anything you want me to go over? You need help with if you need any dating advice, I could help you out with that. I can't tell you it would be good dating advice. Also, as well, guys, just while I'm waiting for you guys to answer, if there's not anything that you guys need here right now, um, the office is coming together a little bit. I don't know if you guys could see. I got my pictures hung up. Um, I have my light board I'm going to put up tonight. My desks are stuck in customs, I believe. So those will be here like in another 2 weeks or something. I have furniture coming. I have couches, chairs and stuff coming. And so if you guys want to come trade, I have extra desks. If you guys want to come trade here in Albuquerque, for my members, it's free. I need my desk and my other furniture. What do you mean post pictures, dude? You freaking live here. Come trade with me. Don't be a dick and go to Flying Star and drink their shitty coffee. I got a Keurig right here, bro. I got a whole damn kitchen, bro. You mean post pictures? Come see it. Freaking dude. Like, anyways, um, Richard throwing me off my game. So then, yeah, if you guys want to come trade with me, dude, I got coffee. Like, I got coffee. We have a pool table in the room next door. So in the main room, we have a pool table right there. I think we're putting the projector up. It's gonna be 100 inch screen on the projector, and what kind of coffee? I don't know, dude. I have like 100 K cups over there, bro. If you don't find one that you don't like, we could go downstairs to Badass Coffee. I'll buy you coffee. Damn, dude, picky. Yes, so Dallas is next, dude. So it's coming up really quick. I'm really stressed out about getting this place up and going, and then going out there. So We will see, dude. We will see. Yeah, dude, I would love to go to Miami, bro. Miami is definitely on the list of where I want to go. So I need to go to New York. I have lots of members in the New York area, in Florida as well. Actually, one of my members came out for the meetup 2 weeks ago from around the Miami area. That was really cool. And yeah, so Miami, and mm, Miami and New York are definitely on the list, dude. Gonna do a California one too. I think San Diego. Lots of people in Southern California. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. 2021 is gonna be definitely very busy with getting establishing this place, right, and then also making the one in Dallas. I'm trying not to stress myself out and move too quickly, but it's definitely a lot. And I've already said I was gonna do it, and I have my place already out there, and I'm not even living there, and I'm paying for it. So. Um, but yeah, Texas is definitely seems like the move. Lots of members around in the Texas area. Texas is highly requested, so I'm really excited. Yeah, so thank you for bringing that up there, Mr. Air Shuttle. I do. So we have a I'm on Facebook, right? So New Age Wall Street, and then we also have a Facebook group which is very inactive right now. I definitely encourage you guys. Please go, sign up for the Facebook group, the New Age Wall Street one. I want to make a community that's bigger than just my paid group. So also for you guys to be able to share ideas and go over tickers and things like that. And I'm also going to be active in there, providing value and going over trades and charts and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not going to go over my proprietary system and trade, indicators and things like that. Those are for my members that do pay for them, but I do still want to be able to have a community aspect of New Age Wall Street, where you guys could be still involved in everything. So, please go sign up for the Facebook group. I will, if you guys all go sign up. I see you guys sign up tonight. I will start posting stuff this week, in there, every day. I'll do like a review or something, and provide some value in there for you guys. Cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Before I go, a couple things, right? Uh, just to wrap up. In summary, so we have president. So the president elect, whatever. Make sure you guys are staying objective this week. Be patient for your setups. Don't overstay any type of. Even though everything looks really strong and bullish right now, don't overstay anything. Make sure you're taking your profits, right, guys? Because all it takes is one type of bad negative news. Maybe they say that Biden didn't actually win. They do some type of recount, something like that, right? And something out of those, along those lines or whatever. Maybe something like COVID related or stimulus related and things like that, right? So make sure you're staying objective, staying patient for your trades and stuff. We have the $180 sign up for the membership room. Like I said, make sure you do that right away. I'm not going to do any type of like Black Friday stupid thing like most rooms do. I'm already the cheapest person that provides the most value. And if you can find me another fucking room that gives as much value as I do, bro, I will quit freaking trading. I will close down my room because I don't think there is one. And then I'm actually working on some other stuff, as well to make our room bigger. For the year, 180 for the year right now, and that's gonna That's gonna change here quickly. I'm changing the whole thing. So if you go and sign up, it's 180 for the year, and then if that locks you in, right? So say you stay a year, and then you'll pay 180 next year, and it'll just keep on going as long as you want to keep being a member. So even if I make the year say $700, right? Dude, our freaking office is sick. Like, we got people riding scooters outside doing kickflips. Like, and the freaking Richard's bitching about the damn coffee that we have. Oh my gosh, dude. Anyways, yeah, $180 for the year. It locks you in, as long as you're a member. So next year you'll pay the same price as well. Your rate won't go up, even if I change the price. And then sign up for the Facebook group. Follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna put some stuff on there, and then I know coffee is life, dude. That's why we got the coffee right here. I got filtered water, everything, bro. I got water straight from. from the glacier of the glaciers on the Sandias. You just go to newagewallstreet.com. newagewallstreet.com, and then scroll to the bottom, and then there's the stuff there. And yeah, gonna go finish hanging up all this stuff, get ready for my trade day trading week. But you guys take it easy, and we'll see you on Friday for the TGIF stream. If you guys are new to me, come and check us out on Friday. I trade live with you on Friday the way that I do with my room, and then you could even see my chat from my room. So you're basically like an honorary member for the day, and get to interact, and I'll call out trades and stuff like that. And then on Sunday we'll do the STOCKcast like this week, right? But you guys take it easy. We'll see you guys next week, right?